Nick, where are you? You were supposed to be here hours ago.
I'm on Zug Island Beach enjoying a cosmic cocktail.
Look, I don't care. Just figure it out and get over here as fast as you can.
Alright, I'll be there in a second. I know a shortcut.
Towel?
Grab your harpoon gun and a bigger boat. We're gonna hook us a Leviathan. Starring Peter RoboCop Weller, Ernie Ghostbusters Hudson, and Amanda X-Files Pays. Leviathan is basically the Thing underwater. So what's this movie about? Let's hit rock bottom to find out.
Let's start rock bottom.
But before we do, I have to mention some highly notable Leviathans. First, there's some heavy-hitting beers from Harpoon Brewing in their Leviathan series. Second, Leviathan Dreadnoughts are some of the sickest, most badass fighting mech robots in the 40K universe. Third, but not least, have you heard that fucking Mastodon album? Leviathan is about an underwater research team that stumbles upon a sunken Russian ship. They loot a safe containing some vodka that turns out to be a biological weapon, turning the whole crew into monsters. Leviathan is nearly identical to a number of other films, such as Deep Star 6, Unknown Origin, also starring Peter Weller, Lords of the Deep, The Rift, and as of recently, Underwater starring Kristen Stewart. Even if you've seen any of the other similar films, give Leviathan a watch. It has better production value, to varying degrees. This movie has pacing issues from time to time, but the silver lining is that when something does happen, it has more impact. I love underwater movies nearly as much as I love space movies. It's probably because all the set pieces have a similar aesthetic. If we never see out the window, we never know the context. The movie Pandorum took that concept and rode with it for a surprise twist ending. The deep sea diver suits are dummy thick and badass. They even have servo robo-clamp arms. Hands. Whatever you want to call them. Pinchers. It's no doubt that a handful of the production value went straight into these. One character states, "I don't trust anything that doesn't have bubbles coming from it." I wonder if Crimson Tide's scriptwriters took inspiration from that, considering they have the line, "I don't trust air I can't see." Leviathan is full of bubbles, creatures, and trivia, baby. Not many of the scenes in this film were actually filmed underwater. The production crew took a dry for wet look approach to achieve this. When Doc is analyzing the skin sample, the computer screen says Unknown Origin. This is a nod at the movie with the same title. This is further cemented by the fact that George P. Cosmatos and Peter Weller both worked on Unknown Origin. Leviathan was also a reunion for George and Richard Crenna. This was the second time working together since Rambo's First Blood, Part 2. A rough translation of Doc's Latin quote is, "Nature is not to be confused." This sounds more like a vague fortune cookie. The retro dive suits in Leviathan were constructed out of fiberglass shells. They weighed a ton despite the materials, and the feet were built to have bellows for blowing air when the actors stepped. Around 60 different specs drawings of the creature were sent to the director. All of the designs were merged to create the creature's final look. Stephen Beck can be seen reading the book 1 Minute Manager, a management book published in the 80s. I'm sure the author's proud that his book is still relevant in 2027. Thanks for tuning in to Airlock Shock. If you've enjoyed today's content, be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment in the pressure chamber. Tune into our sister series, Tape Tomb, with Larry Downs. He's constantly adding new tapes to the tomb. I'm Nick Haskin of Nightmare Fuel Streaming, and until next time, stay spacey, friends.